Hey everyone, back again. Um, there was the last live I just did. There was a very important question come up there by Joey B. Um, and having said that, the question was asked: is there a way to protect yourself from EMFs, etc.? And it's a very important question, and yes, it is. And what I can say is that as early as perhaps around August, a lot of your physical vessels then began to be upgraded. And a lot of that, the ascension symptoms that occurred was cold and flu-like again. But during that process, your physical vessels were being upgraded and the DNA within to cut out the confusing sensitivities from things like microwaves and EMFs as well upon the body. One of the biggest effects of these emissions, energetic emissions from technology or whatever, can lower one's vibration. It plays a sort of a havoc on the system, and this is also, why many that were not awake, they become very sick because they're inundated by these energetic influxes from the technology upon the surface. So to assist with this also, what has occurred is for many of you, and it's still ongoing, your physical vessels are being upgraded to uh, to create the immunity within your physical vessel to these what will I call them? The word is there to cause these to stop these influences upon you, upon your energetic fields that are not yours. So many are still going through this process, and this is what it's about. So for ones of you that have taken great care and preparation of your physical vessels, progressing them towards an ultimate interdimensional state, um, that have not been sick for years and have become sick with flu-like symptoms. This is part of the reason what is going on. So your bodies and your systems have been upgraded so that these EMFs are not distracting you as much, so you can focus more on your own inner energetic work as well, and stabilizing your Merkabas and your energetic fields and your auras, which is your energetic field. So it's not going to impact you as much. And some of you may also know that you, where you live in cities, you may have found after you got over this last flu symptoms, after you get over that, that you're able to be into the cities, if you will, at much more ease than before. And some of you may not be affected at all by it now, where previous to your ascension symptoms, you could not even go into the cities or remain there long. So, yes, so that's been taken care of. And again, it's an individual process, and it's dependent upon the individual at what level they are at in their ascension process, but also in the process of, let's say, preparing their energetic vessel as well, because it is different. It depends at what level you have achieved at uh, um, preparing your energetic field in your body. So, excellent question. Wow. Um, so I was 5 minutes into that. But an excellent question and very important, and I should have included it in the last video. However, it's included in this one. Uh, okay, so I wish to just go down some things here quick. It's pretty well an all-inclusive update. As I said, I have many messages, and I try to get back to you when I can, and sometimes I only send a heart. So, you know, it may be days. I know it's been days for some of you since I got back to your messages, but I'm very busy doing. I found myself divinely instructed to do energy work that needed to be done in Ireland and Scotland and in England. So this has taken me kind of off of the track of gatherings. As most of you may see, there's frequent periods where I'm not on the computer at, you know, for any extent of time. So having said that, I'm preparing in the least, you can say the lockdown of the 5D grid as well in this area. And we're all part of that. And there is a process in doing that. And my presence and my contact uh, with uh, with you and with other divine ones where I carry a lot of the energetic codes, just my meeting with you and being in areas, my presence in areas does have a huge impact, as I know at least some of you can attest to what has occurred with that in relation to that. Thank you. So having said that, it's I don't have a divine clarity at this moment how I will proceed forward from here, because there has been the last couple of days, immense change has happened behind the scenes, and it's having a direct effect on what I do. Uh, in this now and in the very near future. So, having said that, I'm not given fully what the instruction is for I to do, because sometimes when we make significant shifts and leaps, then there are some things we don't need to do. So, I had a tentative schedule, a tentative plan, and that's why I say everything is tentative, because sometimes we can omit things. It depends on all of you and all of us together, what we accomplish, what we do, what occurs with the vibration. And what I'm given is that nothing is entirely ever written in stone. And this is also um, we have the end goal, which we are achieving very rapidly, and you know, exponentially, we are getting so close to the overall goal that the closer we get, things happen in good ways so rapidly. So change is affected at a much more rapid speed, meaning that some things we may not need to do. Now, in my divine situation here and what I'm doing, this is looking like right now that I may not be having any gatherings here in England, or I may not be having any in Netherlands or Germany on my way back to Croatia to take back the rental car. But yet I have no divine confirmation on that yet. But I'm just saying that that could be the case. And what I have found myself and Sharon when she was there, uh, what we have found is that it was on an individual empowered ones that we were connecting with, sharing and purveying uh, the higher information we had, as well as collecting, let's say, codes from them and information to take forward. And it's an all inclusive process, meaning all inclusive, where all of us are involved and we all have pieces of this puzzle that we're rapidly constructing, putting back together. So, and having said that, Sharon has gone back to uh, the U.S. to, for one thing, to take care of some family business, and we still have uncertainty if what's going to go on here in the future. Because Sharon, like we are following what we're divinely supposed to do. I wish to, for Sharon and I to be here together doing this. However, we have important divine work, and if it's supposed to be, she'll be back here shortly. Um, or hopefully, I will say shortly. However, we'll see what occurs with that. So at this time, I'm traveling just physically alone, and none of us are never alone. You may be physically alone, but you're never alone, as we know. So my intent is to just keep moving forward, hour by hour, day by day. But I may be heading back to Croatia, and we'll see what occurs. But there are so many things that are divinely on the table over the last couple of days that can change everything. And what I do not do is project a futuristic reality out there, or a timeline out there, unless I'm divinely instructed to do so. And I do not operate here on speculation nor my own thoughts. It's by complete, strict divine guidance onto what I'm supposed to do and when I'm to do it. So, having said that, there are times that, yeah, I'm not told uh, much or very little, and I know those are times that I must just wait. And the last couple days has been sort of like that, where we wasn't setting up any gatherings. And as some of you will know, that when we did set up gatherings, that it was on very short notice with them. However, the attendees at gatherings, when I did put them out, there was really, let's say, the last couple gatherings that no other divine one showed up other than us few that was supposed to be there. And again, that's for divine reason, and also for the divine work that we were presently doing. So what occurred is that it wasn't focused upon assisting others to rise further. It was more so focused upon certain empowered ones that were ready to take more of a higher role in what's occurring and stabilize energy and geographical areas and what have you. So it took on a different nature. And having said that, uh, what I will do is, of course, keep everyone updated on any future gatherings or whatever we may be doing in the future. But this is also why there's been a lack of communication on here, because the focus had more so went away from gatherings assisting others, and it turned out that there were divinely selected individuals that we had to see and meet up with, and it's been done, and and that is great as well. Now, there may be some of you here in this area I may not see this time around in England, if you will, and because everyone is kind of like scattered out there, but also if it's divinely meant to be, it will occur. And with what I am doing, I don't carry any heavy expectation on anything. And I also, it's very important during this ascension that ones don't have expectations. Be very flexible and versatile, because also, if you have expectations where you're a co-creator and becoming stronger, you'll tend to maybe distort the highest divine timeline, because you are creating in a respect as well. So it's good just to remain open, and it's most easiest to follow as much as you can the divine signs that you're given. So great. One of the things on the Gaia message, Gaia portal or Airy portal, uh, a few days ago, it said the 100th monkey has been reached. So, simply the 100th monkey effect is that, let's say if you have a population of 1 million monkeys, that you only need 100 to, let's say, spread an energetic idea to, or to what you would call, anyhow, to spread an idea to, that it only needs to get to 100, then it's spread throughout the millions. So what they're referring to is that where the 100th monkey had been reached, or what they actually meant is that a significant milestone in this ascension, that a lot of that groundwork had been done, that we were at such a level now that enough are empowered to affect the rest incredibly. So very good. So I'm seeing it's important for all of you to keep connected together as much as you can. Communicate online. The physical is better. I suggest to have circles, have gatherings, and whatever you feel, but it's very important to get physically connected as well. As we know, separation disempowers, and once you all connect, you're combining your energy and empowering each other. So it's very important. Um, so many caravans. Well, I shouldn't say many. I'm seeing a few at least, and I know there's always more than what I'm showing. But I'm seeing more gatherings by others and caravans starting up, if you will, and ones venturing out, out into the world, and connecting with others as well. And this is also significant and very great to see at this time. Now, also with this ascension, what I've been given about perhaps a month ago is that we're nearing, just hold on, I was going to say something, just told now. I'll put it this way. It's good to keep your thoughts tentatively, without having any expectations, on expanding the light the physical communities outside of the cities, for example, villages or what have you, uh, in the lines of perhaps some of this funding for humanitarian projects. I would love to see a lot of that funding to go towards establishing these communities. I'm kind of told not to say too much on this right now, because I may be kind of getting ahead a little bit too much. So I'm just going to stop on that. Thank you. But you get the idea. So great. So yeah, earthquakes, and we've seen a lot of them, and those are a restructuring of Gaia, and there will be, when it needs to be, more of those in your skies. You're seeing the energy, more and more of you are seeing it. Your eyes are transitioning under constant transition to see the colors of the energy, which you can identify with, and it gives you more of an idea, what how areas are charged. But one of the main things, you're seeing the violet flame, if you will, in the sky, as well as the pink love energy, which is very beautiful, and also many shades of blue, and which is associated with many divine aspects as well, like Archangel Michael, the sword of justice, the blue rays, and with this, I'll also say the celestial dragons as well, which are very important. Uh, the azure dragons. So many cool things occurring. Um, Let me have a look what I got here. Uh, yeah, so I'm going to continue moving forward, meeting individuals at this time and meet as many as I can. Everyone that I come into contact with is just empowering things. And as I said, I don't let human words restrict me. I am very powerful. I'm a powerful creator, and I'm much more than human. And also, all of you are as well. And I know it's a process, but you are very powerful, and keep going ahead with what you're guided to do at this time. And the more you meet, the more you empower as well when you're not in states of negativity or fear. Actually, you'll repel yourself from the higher timelines as well if you uh, still embody a lot of fear or negativity. So, great. Uh, yeah, RV prosperity packages, again, inevitable. They are happening. It's just, don't ask me for a timing, but Father says it's happening now. So that's what I say, and just keep with it, to keep it into this now and to bring it more into this now to create it. Just keep saying it's happening now. Or it already has happened. That could be better too. Um, so again, let me look here. So the several places I was in over the last couple of days, Stonehenge, did a major activation there last night and amplified that Stargate. I think I mentioned that earlier. Uh, Also with King Arthur and Merlin, um, that dimensional timeline is very real. Falkirk or Falkirk in Scotland, I visited there. It's a very important place, and let's say it's the area perhaps where one of the original round tables was. It was also an area frequented by King Arthur and also Merlin. and and it was quite cool when I was passing close to there. Merlin was there, and I said, Merlin, I said, did you live around here? And I was driving close on the countryside to there, and he said, no, I didn't live here, but I passed through here a time or two when he was in physical form. So that was great. And so, Falkirk in Scotland, yeah. And I was also told by Katrina, which I stayed there for maybe a night or two, that it means fall of the church, Falkirk. So very interesting, huh? Yeah, indeed. And also, I was instructed up there, I needed to stop and visit the Rosalind Chapel just for a moment. Now, in these places, I am not sightseeing. Again, some of these places, I'm only there for a few minutes, and it's because of my energetic presence and what I'm divinely told to do energetically. When I'm there, it's done very rapidly. And having said that, I was at the Glastonbury tour yesterday. I was only there for maybe a half hour. I did not even go up to the tour. Anything I needed to be done was done where I was at. One of the things I blessed the water. There is a white stream there. There is a red stream. I blessed both streams, and I went inside the little ceremonial place where the springs come out, and saw a few in there, a few people. I did not really interact much, only with one gentleman outside. So I was in that area yesterday. Um, so jumping back to try to catch up a little bit, or catching up fully, I should say. So Caitlin in near Letterkenny in Ireland. We did energetic work there. And from there, several days ago, I went to Giant's Causeway in the northeastern part of Ireland. Very quickly did some energy work and anchored in a portal there. I had anticipated to meet with two beloved divine ones there. However, it was divinely not that time, and this will come up in the future, although very significant. And we are setting the stage for so many beautiful things there that, well, the stage has been set, so the show has begun, I should say. So I was there, and then quickly went down to Dublin, where with Pauline, with Pauline Conway, Mahon Conway. I stayed there with Pauline, and we had a little gathering that night of four of us, and my beautiful brother Dragon. He come there with us, which was great, and he's a very powerful soul as well, and much love and support. And Dragon has given so much support to us and much love, and he's from Croatia, and a very beautiful soul as well. And with this, just so beautiful with the support from Croatia as well. Much love for everything that all of you have assisted with in this mission thus far. And it's so important, and we're getting it all done. Indeed, we had much fun there together when I was in Croatia. You know, not resting and relaxing, but fun doing our energetic work for the good for all of what we do, and very important work. And having said that, you know, I'm not on a sightseeing tour, as you can see, on Stonehenge. I was there in the night. I would have loved to, you know, as a physical being here, to see it in the daylight and get up close. However, that was not the case. And when the divine energetic work and everything is done in the future, perhaps I will visit and then enjoy it as a vacation, perhaps. But the focus now is upon this mission and getting it done and bringing it into fruition. And the mission is to the freedom of humanity, to break down the enslavement and uh, prosperity for all, to wipe out sickness, poverty, ridiculous war, which all of us are doing it. You know, we're we're doing it. Well, we got it done and pretty well. So that's what the mission is, and we don't stop until it's done, and we keep going forward. Also in Scotland, around Stonehouse, I met Lorraine Johnstone, or Johnston, and Lorraine was beautiful. I had the opportunity. I only was passing through because I'm doing so much driving. I stopped in there for about an hour or so, and so we could physically meet and share a little bit of the codes and information, which was beautiful. So that was a few days ago, and from there, so before going to Stonehenge, I had stopped at beautiful brother Dale Marshall's, a very important, empowered divine one, and Raw James. So and I just stayed there overnight. They allowed me, they accommodated me with staying there overnight, and I got there in the late in the evening, and also I was out of there early in the morning because I got called to go. So we didn't have much time to collaborate. However, it was important that at least we met for a little bit. So that brings me up to now. Right now, I'm at a Divine Brothers in London and going to see what transpires in the next less than 24 hours, and then I'll have a better idea of what's going on. If I'm in receipt of let's say some funding from prosperity packages or the RV, something in line of that, that may change what I do. I may, if I'm in receipt of that concretely, it's possible I may stay around, let's say, England area for a week or so to connect with some others. So everything is dependent upon that at this time. So we'll see what occurs. I would love for it uh, uh, to be concretely in my hands as well at this time. I am dependent upon, um, at this point in time at least, and I need to be meticulous with what I say, but it's on contributions from all of you, what makes this go forth right at this time, at least. But as I said, when we have access to the RV and prosperity packages, when I do, and I'm not given a time on it other than it's now, and I also see my manifestation abilities was not approved for I to create money for me in my account. So at this time, however, I know I can do it. It's just that this is a thing with all of us, and the energetic connections and support from the heart, from everyone is playing. This is the way it's divinely supposed to be done. And so that is the way it is for now. And having said that, what I will do is keep going forward with this as long as it takes. And I give great thanks to all of you that have monetarily supported this mission in the past. You know, the deepest gratitude and respect for all of your support, all of the hosts that have accommodated us on this journey, and all of the contributions. We are so grateful. And let me say, it's one thing I had to overcome to be able to receive and hear in this now. My anticipations was last December to go. I had money saved up to do this on my own because it's for everyone else. However, it was kind of an ironic divine thing that no, Father said, I got to rely on the support from the others, at least for now, and we need the energetic contribution to do that. So that's how it works. So I had to surrender to be able to receive. It was very important as well because of creational flow to create the cycle, if you will. It's energetically important. So that's the way it had to be done. I'd rather, it a different way. I just create the money and just go and do it. However, for whatever divine reasons, that's not the way that it has occurred directly, at least, but it is created, and it's created through you that assist with this. So, having said that, I thank you again for all of your contributions, and anyone wishing to contribute or feel that it resonates at this time. There is a post. I'm looking at, yeah, seeing some lights moving around in there. Uh, it's actually reflection from the light above me moving. So anyone feeling to contribute to that, the link is down below these lives in a post somewhere. It's a PayPal link if you wish to contribute to that. At this time, I'm not given clear confirmation when I come into receipt of any of the prosperity packages. So until then, I keep moving forward, and until then, it's dependent on your contributions. So thank you for that. And having said that, I think I finally got caught up. I had quite a backlog of messages and work and things to share with you. So that's great. So now I have a night to spend here with a divine comrade where I'm at, and we have much to speak about as well, which is very important and always very interesting in the least, as most of you can know, or most of you know, you all have very interesting stories. We all have them, and they indeed occurred for reasons, very important reasons, and at this time, you're all learning more why they did occur for these good reasons. So, having said that, namaste. I love you all, and thank you so much. Love and light, kiss, and a wink. Probably could do about 20 winks now with in regards to what's been happening behind the scenes over the last couple of days. However, love and peace, and thank you so much, and have a most wonderful morning, day, evening, night, wherever you may be at, and woo, and keep shining bright. We're doing it, and I'm excited and anticipating perhaps being able to do some more lives here in the near future to keep you updated on a lot of the good things that are going on in case you didn't already hear. But so many of you are up to date on what's occurring. Um, just keep going with it. It's happening. And having said that, Diana Brewster Stone says anyone near Indiana, she'd love to have a gathering. So get in contact with Diana Brewster Stone. So great. I'm going to go now, and thank you once again. Much love.